Hello, chalking friends. It is time to make something with December's Club Couture transfer. Woohoo! Let's make something with December. I love December's Club Couture transfer because it's welcome. And I think welcome is universal. All year long you can use it. Makes amazing gifts as well as your own home decor. You don't just have to make gifts, but it makes really, really nice gifts because who doesn't need a welcome sign, right? Right. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're making a very quick, easy little welcome sign with December's Club Couture transfer, which is super cute. And have you seen January's? Amazing, amazing. I should be getting it in the mail as soon as my package arrives, which still isn't here. The darn holidays and COVID, you know, shipping is really not my friend right now. But I'm waiting for my big box so that we can open it up and see all the fun winter warm-up, all the fun Valentine's Day stuff that's coming. And in there is January's Club Couture, which is really cute. It's Valentine's Day. Well, it's not. It's love. It's love themed. Not necessarily Valentine's Day, but you know I love Valentine's Day. It's one of my very favorite holidays. It's a celebration of love. I know, it's not even Christmas. I should stop talking about it, so I'm going to. Tonight we're making December's Club Couture. If you're not familiar with what Club Couture is, it's an amazing program, and it's a really nice introduction to chalk, because for $19.99 every month, you get this envelope. Now, again, COVID has hit. Not everybody's getting the pretty envelope because the printers aren't making them because of something to do with COVID. I don't know. Some reason. So not everybody's is going to be pretty. I was actually surprised mine was. I was expecting it to be plain. But this is what you get. You get this really fun envelope in the mail, and you open it up. If I would push the right buttons. You open it up, and in it is this amazing welcome sign. Well, it comes, there's another little envelope. Maybe this is the envelope not everybody's getting. I don't know. One of the envelopes there's a shortage of because of suppliers. Ooh, and what colors do we get this month? Ooh, we get fun. Ooh. Oh, nice ones. Storm, Guava, and Peachy Keen. So every month you get an exclusive transfer to the club. If you are not in the club, you cannot buy this transfer. So you get the transfer and you get 3 coordinating paste packets. Paste packets are, and these feel really good too. Paste packets are a really nice way to try different colors without the investment of a whole jar. A whole jar is 3 ounces of chalk. It lasts a very, very long time. But sometimes you just want to play with other colors. So it is kind of nice that you get the 3 paste packets. And these feel really good. So those are awesome. All right, so you get paste packets, you get the transfer, but there's other things you get being a member of the club. So for example, you pay a fixed flat rate shipping when you order from the website. All Club Couture members pay a flat rate of $4.95 for shipping. I do not, well, unless I order it as a customer, but when I order my supplies, I pay full-blown normal shipping, which is crazy expensive. So the $4.95 flat rate is really nice because it gives you guys the ability to put in small orders and not have to worry about what shipping is going to cost. We've come a long way with shipping. So it's a really nice, amazing benefit to being a club member. So you get reduced shipping, you get the exclusive transfer, and you get periodic sales. So right now the sale is, I think it's a collection of A-size transfers for $5. Don't quote me on that. That could have been last month. It's not every single month, but it's like 9-10 times a year. Club Couture customers get an extra special promotion that regular customers don't get. And again, customers can't get it unless they are a member of the club. So for $19.99, you get a B-size transfer, which is $14.99 all on its own anyway. You get 3 paste packets, which is like $2, like really in the real world I charge $2 a piece, but in reality they're like $2.25 a piece. So you really are getting a decent deal, and it's free shipping. It's flat $19.99. So the club transfer comes to you and it doesn't cost you anything to get it. So it's a really nice way to introduce yourself to chalk. It's not this big huge commitment. You don't need, the only other supply you need is a squeegee and a surface to create on. That's it, and you are good to go, ready to chalk. So it is a really, really nice way to play with chalk. Most club members, in fact, a lot of my club members have been club members for a long time. It's not like people come and go. For the most part, people stay club members. Well, thank you, Miss Maddie. This is my friend Amanda. Amanda Lex, she's one of our regular viewers. She does Color Street, and I'm trying to think what color it is. I don't know, but it's, I mean, it's lasted, and I've been painting and staining and scrubbing, and there's something about these nails. They don't, they are indestructible, and I don't really paint my nails. The other nice thing about them, just to give Amanda a little plug here, is there's no drying time. You literally put them on. I mean, they're not fake nails. It's real nail polish, and they don't have to dry. It's like the weirdest thing, which is why I love it. But I'm digressing. Is Amanda even here tonight? I don't even think she's here tonight. Hello, Miss Kara. Hello, Nevada Nicole. Hello, Kathy K. Her December transfer came today. Woot, way to go, Kathy. That is true club, that's the true Chalk Couture one. I haven't actually ever seen the outer envelope that they're in. Yeah, this is a real Chalk Couture, Kara. I actually am a member under myself because club members get really good deals, and as a designer, I don't get those same deals. So if I want to take advantage, it used to be anyway, if I wanted to take advantage of your deals, I had to be a club member, so I joined. So I get 2 transfers. But yeah, I couldn't put them on myself because I don't do my right hand because I'm right-handed. It's really easy, Maddie, because they're not like, it's not like you're painting them. So this is what the transfer looks like before you cut it apart. It has this funky flower with this really, and I have seen some really cool things done with this flower. I'm personally not a huge fan of it, but it looks really cool when you put this thing in the middle of it. I have seen some nice things. So this is, I'm not totally dissing the flower. It's just not my fave. It's not my style, which is what's nice about the club, right? Because you don't, there's still an O, so you don't have to do it that way, which we are not going to do it that way. So this is what you get. You get this, you get the 3 paste packets, reduced shipping, periodic sales and specials, and then I do a special little thing in the Making Maria Crafty community when I do a bundle, if I can squeak it in and make it make affordable sense, where I'm not paying to do it for you, which, you know, half the time I am anyway. But whatever, I'm digressing. A lot of the times the Make It Monday bundles are at a reduced price for club members as well. So being a member of the club has a lot of very nice benefits to it. So what we are doing this evening is I have this very cool piece of slate that we are going to chalk welcome on. So this is a gift. I'm in gift making mode. So this, I mean, pretty much this week we're making gifts. In fact, I'm hanging up with you guys tonight and I'm going to continue to make gifts. Wouldn't you want to be, I feel sorry for my family and my relatives. If you're getting something from Maria, typically she's made it. So sorry if you wanted perfume or a sweatshirt or something like that. You're getting something Maria made. Oh, poor things. I feel sorry for them. All right, so again, I'm digressing. So this is slate. Now, you've heard me preach, don't chalk on slate. I'm going to show you why, because I'm going to regret this. I love slate. Love it. But it's not good for chalk. It looks amazing when it's done, but it's a very soft stone. So you do have to be very careful with it because it can ruin your transfers. So if it's your one and only transfer and you've never used it, I would probably wax the heck out of my slate. I would kind of see, does it seem chippy? Because that's the problem, or flaky. That's the problem with slate, is it flakes. And when the stone flakes off into the back of your transfer, it's very challenging to get it out. Or when you put your transfer down on the slate and you go to pull it up, the slate can come with it, which is why you wax slate. Totally and completely wax slate. Do not put your transfer on here without waxing it. Having said that, I have not waxed this. So I'm talking myself right into waxing it because I was going to live on the edge and not do it. But nope, I've just totally talked myself into waxing it. I have several of these, so we have chalked on this surface before. So I know it's okay But I would test your slate maybe in a corner or on the back with your, you know, a little corner of your transfer and see, you know, how flaky is it really. So I take wax, and you just need a finishing wax. My other one finally, after 3 years of chalking, has bit the dust. So this is my other jar, which is still well used. This is the other brand of wax. Do not get caught up in the name brand of the wax. I say that all the time. You just need a finishing paste wax. Chalk Couture does sell a very nice wax. It's just in a small container, and I use a lot of wax. So it's not cost effective for me, but for you guys, the small Chalk Couture jar of wax is cost effective. So I do recommend it. For me, it's not cost effective. So I use my big one. I like this brand better than my, so this is my old one. Right, this is my old one. You've seen 5 million. You've seen it for 3 years now. I don't like this one, the way this one smells. This one smells fine. Oops! Don't break your slate either, Maria. The slate breaks very easily as well. This one smells much better than this one. So if you don't own paste or wax, and you need wax, I'd lean in this direction because it smells better. But they both work the same. So you put your wax down and you leave it down for a minute, and then I small talk with you while I wait for it to soak in a little bit, and then we're gonna buff it off. So I'm making this as a gift for a young lady who has moved into, maybe Maddie, you can help us out with this, Maddie. I have a young friend who is just moved into her first apartment, and I was gonna make her a cute little welcome sign. And I'm thinking just white, because it's, you know, universal, it goes with everything. My other choice would be Storm, which isn't going to be as, you know, stark on the, but you know, my affliction, right? It is an affliction with black and white. But I'm trying to think, you know, younger person, more modern. You think black and white because it's traditional, gorgeous, can't go wrong, or Storm. Those are my color choices. This is going to be much more subtle. And this young lady, she's pretty hip and trendy. You know, she's pretty with it. So just not sure which one to do. I'm gonna go with white, I think, unless somebody feels strongly about Storm. But those are our choices in color. So when it comes to slate, wax. And even if you wax, you could have an issue with it. But just, you know, be smart about it. So Kara agrees with white. Yep, see, I figured. I mean, you can't go wrong with white, right? So I'm gonna open up my white chalk paste and I'm gonna stir it. First thing you do when you open up your chalk paste is you give it a good stir. You want it to be a yogurt sour cream-like consistency. Now, if I was doing this because it's the Chalk Couture monthly transfer, I don't have a jar, right? I have this little tiny paste packet. Not tiny, because there's plenty of paste in it, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna take some kind of a plate. Now, many of my club members, almost all of you, I'm 99% sure have one of these from me. But you need a little plate. You can use a dinner plate. You can use a paper plate. You can use whatever kind of plate you got. Don't stress out about you got to have a certain kind of plate. So you're going to take your paste packet, and the first thing you do with a paste packet is you do a step called kneading. And you're going to, you know, smush up your paste inside, but being careful not to explode. Not that I've ever done that. Okay, yeah, I have many times actually. Just be gentle with your kneading because you don't want to explode your paste packet. So you're going to knead. The biggest mistake people make with paste packets is they add too much water. So you knead, and sometimes after this you don't even need to add water. You just kind of mix it up, okay? Then you're going to cut it and you're going to squeeze it out onto your tray, okay? When it gets on your tray, you're gonna know right away, is it creamy or is it chunky? Is it stiff? Or, and you can even tell when you touch them. That's why, like I keep saying, these are really nice. These aren't gonna need water. They're really nice consistency. I can tell just by touching them. They're liquidy inside. But sometimes you touch them and you're like, that's a little stiff. That's a little hard. Okay, you know you're good. It's perfectly fine paste. You just know you're gonna need to add water. And that is the #1 mistake people make, is they add too much water. Okay, so you're gonna put it on here. You're gonna see a blob of paste. Use a spoon. use a knife, whatever. I say knife because this is a nice flat head to it. You're gonna stir it. Okay, so here, I will demonstrate with paste. So you're gonna put your blob of paste on here, right? Now you can tell right away, right? This paste is a good consistency. It's nice and creamy. I don't need to do anything to it. But let's say it was chunky, okay, or it was stiff. You're gonna add a spray, the teeny tiniest spray of water you possibly can, or you're gonna add one, if you don't have a spray bottle, you're gonna add one little tiny drop of water. That's it. Because this is a little itty bitty bit of paste, okay? So you see me, I'm going to town, right? But I have a whole jar of paste. One little tiny drop of water. Like an eighth of a spray, okay? And then you're gonna stir it up. Now, is it creamy or is it watery? If it's watery, you're gonna have a bleed, guaranteed. And then you're gonna be disappointed with your results. If you add too much water and it's watery, walk away. Don't try it. Just walk away. Walk away. As it sits, it's going to dry out. You can start the process all over again, okay? So if you add too much water, this is stress-free crafting, people. If you add too much water, it's not a big deal. It's really not. Just let it sit. It'll evaporate. Even if you let it sit to the point that it gets hard, it's okay. You're just going to add a little tiny drop of water and you're going to stir up. Okay? That is my lesson today on paste packets. People get disappointed with the way their paste packets perform because they've added too much water to them. Or they've opened them up and they're stiff and they don't know that you have to add water to them. So when you have paste sitting in a little tiny packet like this, it's going to dry out. I don't care how long you've had the paste packet, it will dry out. So you need, go up and down. Don't go too firmly because you don't want to bust open your paste packet. You can feel it. Is it squishy or is it stiff? If it's squishy, you're good to go. Put that on your tray and go, right? If it's stiff and you put it on your tray and it comes out in a blob, or you have to open up the packet and take your little stir stick and scoop it out, you need to add water. Just not too much. You want it to be creamy. You add too much water, let it sit. Okay, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox on paste packets. All right, let's get to chalking us a little welcome sign. So, see, look, I blabbed and blabbed and blabbed, and now our our wax is all soaked in. So now I'm gonna buff. So I apologize, you are going to wiggle. So what I like about buffing slate is it also takes off, you know, any flakes that were gonna probably come off in your transfer. But you're gonna buff, 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 buff. And once you've waxed something, you can tell as soon as you touch it that your wax is on there and it's good to go. Okay, so you buff it off. Put it on, wax off. Now, I'm ready. Everybody says white. Okay, we're going with white. So I'm going to carefully remove my transfer and I'm going to fuzz it because I'm putting it on slate. Okay, I'm going to take it, I'm going to touch it to my very dirty, now that I'm looking at it, holy cow, this fuzzing cloth is dirty. I'm going to touch it to my fuzzing cloth, pick up some lint, and then I'm going to carefully place it where I want it to go. The biggest challenge to this transfer, I think, is lining up your pieces. It's a fun little transfer, though. I mean, come on, it's a really nice modern font for a nice young lady in her first new apartment, right? Don't you remember how excited you were the first time you got your own place with no parents and you got to do what you wanted to do, and yeah, and then you realized the bills started coming that yeah, you got to do what you wanted to do, all right, but you were also paying for it. Remember that? Yeah, I remember those days well. Being young and excited about life, as we all should be, right? Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm straight. Because oops, sorry, you guys are down. I need to move you. There we go. All right, so, and I am about as crooked can be, right? Yep. So we start over. Even my first piece was crooked. I like to use you guys as my gauge. Okay. Am I straight now? You know what? I'm just going to leave that there. Let it help me. It'll line me up. Okay. Now my M and my E, I am going to have to add on later. We'll add them on later. So we're going to do this part first, which I appear to be straight. Now it looks like I'm coming up a little bit on this end, doesn't it? Actually, maybe I was going down. Oh, no, I'm good. All right. So I'm going to stick my transfer down. I'm going to seal it because it has some very nice natural distressing in it. You can see the little green dots in the letters. What those little green dots do is that's going to make my transfer distressed in appearance when I'm done. So those little green dots prevent the chalk from going there. So when I pull up my transfer, those little green dots are actually going to be black, like the surface. So whatever color your surface is what those little dots will appear. So I take my transfer, or my squeegee, I dip it in my chalk paste, hang on, move the W over more to the left. Oops, you think, Nicole? Am I encroaching over here? Yep, you're right, Nicole. Good call. Takes a village to raise Maria. Okay. I'm probably too far over. Yep, now I'm too far over. So maybe I am going to stick them both down. That's very crooked, Maria. You guys see? Yep. Now we're going to lift this up and move it back the other way. I think that's better, but I don't think I'm straight. Yeah, all right. So I think I'm better, but now I gotta get straight. Now I go up a little. Did you notice I'm measuring? You can tell it's a gift for someone I don't know very well. I don't ever measure. But I measure when it's a gift for somebody I don't know very well. I still think it goes up. But it looks like it goes down, right? Try it again. There we go. All right. Whew. Hardest thing about this guy apparently is lining him up. I know this part's not right, but it's a start. So I'm going to lift this guy up, and I'm going to dip my chalk in my paste, or dip my squeegee in my paste, and then carefully cover up my silk screen. Scraping my chalk paste across the silk screen is how you do this. It's very easy to do. If I can do this, anybody can do this. So you can feel the texture of the slate as you scrape your chalk paste. Just make sure you cover up the whole silk screen. Okay, I think the M and the E. Yeah, probably, Nicole. Okay, so now I'm going to carefully remove it, and look, you did a great job. And doesn't it look good? Stick that in my water bath. Okay, so I need to dry it, because I don't want this part of this transfer to go down into my chalk. But I need to move the heat away from my transfer, because you can melt your transfers with heat, so be careful. Doesn't take very long at all to dry. Don't you guys like making all my Christmas presents with me? The problem is people watch and then I'm like, oh, pretend like you didn't get this. Or only so far have I had somebody comment about my niece. Commented. She knew it was for her too, I bet. Well, now I told her, but the hot cocoa bar we made is for my niece. And she now knows that she's getting it. I think we're good. It might be a little high. Yep, it's a little high. But otherwise, the spacing is really good. Because that's the other problem, is now you gotta space them the same amount of space as the other ones, and it's actually, the transfer part's bigger. Okay, I need to come down a little. So we put up our Christmas tree tonight. We weren't going to, because we were about to have drywall dust all over our house, but we did it anyway. My little people were complaining that the Christmas tree wasn't up. Are you guys all decorated and ready and shopped and wrapped? Probably some of you way ahead of me, I'm sure. I am not that ready. I did get cookies made, but that's about it so far. Now you can wash off slate. I haven't done it, but I would think you could wash it off if you messed up. Hopefully I'm not going to find out tonight, but I would think you could. Okay. Ta-da! Yep, it's a little too close. It's not equally spaced, but you have to really look at it close, is my opinion, and it's a Maria original. So hopefully she won't care that it's a little closely spaced together. The other thing I will do is I'm going to take these handles off and I'm going to make it hang. So what I do is I take very similar jute and I run it through and just make a hanger with it so that it's actually a hanging side instead of a tray. As I just put chalk, well, you can't see it in my hair anyway. That way, you know, she has some variety to do with it as what she wants. You do have to be careful, again, with slate because it is a very thin stone, so it can break easy. So you don't want to put it somewhere like on a door that you're going to slam or close forcefully, that it might shake because you can break the slate. But maybe I'll leave the handles on it just so she knows that. I will also seal it. I will spray it with a matte polyacrylic so that in case it gets wet, it's not going to wash off, because you do have to be conscious of that when you give gifts as well. The other thing I've done with gifts is I put little notes in them that says I'm made with chalk, dry dust only, so that they don't, you know, spray it with Windex and wash it off. You do have to be conscious of that. But yeah, my spacing is off. This is going to drive me nuts a little bit, but I'm going to let it go because I have more gifts to make. So I'm going to just let that go. And it's just going to be a little crooked. And that's okay. So this is our fun little, oops, wrong way. Our fun little December transfer for Club Couture. Very versatile. Love this transfer. So if you joined the club today, you would not get this transfer. If you join the club today, you actually will get signed up for January's transfer. You won't get charged anything today either. But you get charged in January on January 5th, and that's when they ship the transfers. You get a one-time option to add this transfer if it's still available. So it's while supplies last. So if you join today, you could request to get this transfer added in. You pay the $19.99 for the transfer, and you pay shipping. That's the negative to adding it on, is you do pay for the shipping of it, which would be $4.95. Or you can join now and you don't have to worry about this one at all, and you'll get January's transfer on January 5th, free shipping. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about the club or you want to see more information about the club, you can comment club and I will send you the link so you can just check it out and decide if it's something that is good for you or not. It also makes a very nice gift for somebody that you know enjoys crafting, because then the minimum time frame you can do it for is 3 months, and then you can cancel at any time after that. So you could do a nice 3-month gift for somebody, or longer if they enjoy it, they could continue it, or you could just end at the 3 months. But you do sign up for 3 months in the beginning. So you could totally give this as a gift to a fellow crafter or somebody you want to introduce to chalk as well. So it does make a nice gift as well. So comment club if you have questions, and I will send you the link so that you can check it out. Otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday. I will be back at you tomorrow night to make a live demo video every evening at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you wanted to check out any of these amazing products that I use, you can go right to www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria, and you can see everything that I use. If you want information about the club, you can comment club, and I will send you that link. If you can please send me out into the world, it helps me a ton when you do that, so thank you to everybody who does that. And last but not least, if you have any questions about what it means to be a designer, I can answer that for you as well. No pressure, just answer questions for you if you're curious about being a designer. Comment curious. That's all I got. Can you give me a clue as to where you found this? The surface, Kara? I've had these surfaces, Kara, for a very, very long time. I bought it at Hobby Lobby on clearance a year and a half ago. So I've not seen them there since. But so I've had them for a long time. And I bought, because they were very inexpensive on clearance, I bought every one they had. In fact, I'm looking at them. I still have 3 I haven't used, and I've probably made 6 of them. So they were really a good deal. And I love slate. And look at how, I mean, come on! You could add a bow, you could add some floral, you could add, you know, a zhuzh thingy if you wanted to. This particular person is pretty simple. So I'm going to leave it this way. But that's what I got. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, and I'll be back at you tomorrow night. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you guys.